Hello everyone, my name is Mikaelin Terry, and today I will be talking about a topic that impacts nearly all of us: technology and online education. So just a brief overview of our agenda today. We'll be going over learning management systems, how they evolved, how to select one, and how video-based learning plays a crucial role in our education today. So let's just get right into the presentation. So what is an LMS? A learning management system is a tool that helps instructors, educators, and trainers plan, deliver, and track education or training. Whether it's for school, a business, or a training program, learning management systems support both live, which is short for synchronous, and self-paced, which is short for asynchronous learning. They help manage content, communication, enrollment, and track progress. Learning management systems are ideal for students who can't necessarily attend class in person, and I would really say this for myself because I am indeed one of those people. This reduces stress of having to communicate or knowing that you can communicate with your instructor, so that way you can just focus on the content being delivered and not how you're going to speak with your professor or mark any progress that you've been doing. Why are learning management systems so important? Well, simply because they're used in almost every building we enter. From schools to businesses to nonprofit organizations, trading corporate departments, content providers, and wholesale companies. This just goes to show that they're pretty much used in every single environment, whether we're aware of it or not. Key functions of LMSs include enrollment, content delivery, communication, and progress tracking, and the benefits from LMSs include 24-hour access, automation, centralized content, and powerful learning analytics. Now, let's rewind a bit and take it back to the history and evolution of these learning management systems. These eventually began in the late 1990s, starting with a simple computer-based instruction focused on content. As technology advanced, so did these learning management systems, and they became more interactive and centered around the learner. A few features that today's learning management systems offer include mobile learning, discussion boards, and the help for educators to personalize instruction. My personal favorite feature would be the support for mobile learning, because not everyone is always by a computer with internet access or being able to sit in one spot to where they can just work on their computer. But when you have it available for mobile features, you're able to work whenever, however, wherever. Learning management systems pretty much offer everything from quizzes to progress trackers to discussion boards and even some individualized instruction plans. I personally haven't been able to use this yet, but there are some trends that use virtual and augmented reality, which I think is very cool and very interactive and will somehow keep students motivated. Instant feedback tools are also a very common feature in these learning management systems. And as a student, it's nice to receive instant feedback so you can know ways to correct your assignments as soon as they're submitted. So now I'm going to be moving on to the top and current programs of these learning management systems, all of which I've heard of, but I have not had the chance to use all of them. I've only used Canvas, Blackboard, and Moodle, but others include Angel Learning, Pearson, and Desire to Learn. The use of each of these platforms depend on the variety of the learner's needs, so the college will conduct research and identify what will work best for their program. Now we're going to dive into some important criteria to consider before selecting a learning management system for your program. Now, how do we know which one is right for us? We'd first look at deployment, and in software or services, it refers to how it's made available for use. So will this software be cloud-based, self-hosted, or hybrid? You would then look at the pricing. Will it be free? Will it be based on subscriptions? Or will it be dependent on how many users are actually on the system? Next, you would go to licensing. This refers to how the software is accessed and used. So open source licenses will grant users freedom to view and modify everything, and the paid licenses will restrict access to the source code and typically require a fee for usage. You would then check to see if the platform supports e-learning standards. The compatibility with these standards are crucial, and two of them include the SCORM, which is the Shareable Content Object Reference Model, and the XAPI, which is the Experience API. Researching the compatibility with these sources when choosing an e-learning platform will indicate its ability to interact with other systems and track learner progress in a standardized way. The last thing you should consider are your customer types, of course. Will this be for school districts? Will this be for a business, a nonprofit, etc.? So now I'm going to get into the learning management system used in my place, which is called Schoology. I'm not sure when it was adopted, but I do know that it's used in all of the district. This is a K through 12 system, so it allows all students to view their grades and progress, receive feedback from teachers, and see all assignments. I can assure you this is a one-stop shop for everything as a student, as a parent, and as a teacher. It's also very easy for students and parents to navigate. This platform integrates with PowerSchool, and teachers actually had input when it was chosen. I did have to ask because I was new to this district, so I didn't know much about it. And I think it's effective because it builds clarity and transparency between the teacher, student, and parent. Now we're going to switch gears and enter the world of video-based learning, or VBL. And this is a teaching method that uses videos to deliver and reinforce knowledge and skills. This too can be used for synchronous and asynchronous learning. There are all kinds of tools and platforms that are used in VBL, and a few of these include tutorials, explainer videos, AI video generators, training software, YouTube video editing software, e-learning video software, simulations, lecture recordings, and video editing software. Each of these platforms help push learning, help improve student engagement, and create a flexible learning environment for students. So I know we've all sat through a presentation where it was so long, so boring, so disengaging, and didn't take anything away from what was being said. With this being said, we have to realize that video-based learning is not just about making a video and playing the video. It's a few things that you must keep in mind in order to have a best practice. To keep your students engaged, you must keep it short, meaning at least under 6 minutes. Make it visually engaging. Make sure you have pictures, clear visuals, clear audio. Make sure you have captions at the bottom, because I know I love to read captions. I look at captions more than I look at the video being played usually. Make sure you have a script so that the words just flow right off the tip of your tongue. Keep the content focused. Keep the content organized. Speak with enthusiasm. Connect it to real-world situations, and include breaks for questions or knowledge checks even. To sum everything up, learning management systems offer support to all those involved. There's a lot of effort behind the scenes that goes into selecting the perfect learning management system for your program. I would honestly love to be in a selection process where I'm able to have my input on what I believe the best learning management system would be. So I hope one day that I am able to do so. As video-based learning begins to rise, it is becoming a way to keep students engaged, and I will definitely be using all of these strategies in my future teaching and tech integration work. Here are my resources. I just want to say thank you so much for watching my video, If you have any questions about anything, feel free to ask me, and I hope you guys learned a thing or two today.